Welcome back to another episode of Out Loud Geek, where we discuss news and views about pop culture, science fiction, fantasy, food, cooking, the outdoors, and more. Ah yes, it's time once again for another allotment of abrasive Amazon, which is apparently laying off hundreds of employees, but not from their primary business of selling products or from their web services business. But before proceeding, I'd like to ask everyone to please like this video, please press the red subscribe button to support this channel, and please press the bell to receive notifications. Thanks! Amazon has spent hundreds upon hundreds of millions of dollars to produce streaming video content, including that truly abominable bastardization of J.R.R. Tolkien's immortal Middle-earth, known as The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. Just to secure the rights to Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, Amazon spent around $250 million. Then they spent roughly another $700 million to produce that abomination, The Rings of Power, which over the course of its first season saw its audience drop to 37% from when the first episode premiered in the fall of 2022. And that's apparently what happens when you hire totally inexperienced showrunners and writers like J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay, with Payne later calling anyone who dared to criticize their abominable piece of crap patently evil, as I had reported in a video that I had released on October 8th, 2022. So, in large part thanks to J.D. Payne, Patrick McKay, producer Lindsay Weber, and Amazon MGM Studios head Jennifer Salke, not only is The Rings of Power a complete disaster for Prime Video, Amazon is now laying off hundreds from Prime Video and Amazon MGM Studios. And talking about this probably only makes me even more patently evil in the eyes of J.D. Payne, like I actually care. This is exactly what I had said would be the result of this total waste of money in earlier videos that I had released, that this abominable The Rings of Power series, with its overly bloated production budget, would eventually lead to people losing their jobs. And chances are that a lot of the people who will be losing their jobs probably had nothing to do with the production of The Rings of Power. Amazon is laying off several hundred employees at Prime Video and Amazon MGM Studios. Additionally, 500 employees, or 35% of the workforce, are being let go at Amazon-owned live stream platform Twitch. So this is probably over 1,000 people in total being laid off. In an email written to staff on the 10th, the company's entertainment chief Mike Hopkins wrote, quote, "This is a difficult decision to make, and one that my leadership team and I do not take lightly. It is hard to say goodbye to talented Amazonians who've made meaningful contributions on behalf of our customers, team, and business. Thank you for your dedication and work. To help with the transition, we are providing packages that include a separation payment, transitional benefits as applicable by country, and external job placement support." Unquote. Gee, how thoughtful. Who believes that he actually gives a damn about the individuals that he's laying off? I don't. The people that should be laid off are the people responsible for The Rings of Power: J.D. Payne, Patrick McKay, Lindsay Weber, and Jennifer Salke. And I'm sure that they have all been earning very high salaries for producing a show that no one actually wants to watch. Hopkins says Amazon will begin informing colleagues who are impacted by the studio layoffs Wednesday morning, which I think means this coming Wednesday. And all staff in the Americas affected by the cuts will be notified this morning, which would have been this past Wednesday. And in most other regions by the end of the week, which would have been by the end of yesterday. These layoffs are the first to hit the divisions in the new year, but the departments have been affected on a rolling basis in the wake of the 2022 close of Amazon's acquisition of MGM, as well as economic downturn and the writers and actors strikes. Naturally, the Variety article doesn't even mention the many hundreds of millions of dollars that Amazon MGM Studios has been wasting to produce the very disliked show, The Rings of Power. In 2023, approximately 18,000 job cuts hit Amazon as a whole. In a blog post addressed to the Twitch community Wednesday, CEO Dan Clancy announced the 500 cuts to the Amazon-owned live stream service and provided some details on why the layoffs are happening now. Clancy wrote, quote, "I know many of you are wondering why this is happening. Over the last year, we've been working to build a more sustainable business so that Twitch will be here for the long run, and throughout the year we have cut costs and made many decisions to be more efficient. Unfortunately, despite these efforts, it has become clear that our organization is still meaningfully larger than it needs to be given the size of our business. Last year, we paid out over $1 billion to streamers. So while the Twitch business remains strong, for some time now the organization has been sized based upon where we optimistically expect our business to be in 3 or more years, not where we are at today. As with many other companies in the tech space, we are now sizing our organization based upon the current scale of our business and conservative predictions of how we expect to grow in the future." Unquote. In other words, Amazon isn't expecting much growth at Twitch, and they probably don't expect all that much growth with Prime Video either, which, if that's the case, would be an acknowledgement of the failure that The Rings of Power truly is. Had Amazon not been so determined to bastardize J.R.R. Tolkien's beloved Middle-earth and its stories into that abomination known as The Rings of Power by being far more respectful to the lore that Tolkien created, then that show wouldn't be as much of a financial disaster for Prime Video, and a lot of people probably wouldn't be losing their jobs right now. But the self-righteous hubris of J.D. Payne, Patrick McKay, Lindsay Weber, and Jennifer Salke has damaged both Prime Video and Amazon MGM Studios. And when the second season of that abominable show, The Lord of the Rings of Power, finally streams on Prime Video, it very likely won't even have the viewership numbers that the first season had as it spins down the proverbial toilet. Thanks for watching today, and a huge thanks to everyone who has subscribed to our channel. We appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, and please feel free to share a comment. If you'd like to help support this channel, please press the red subscribe button, and please press the bell to receive notifications for new content. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and Twitter by clicking on the links in the description. Until next time, this is Out Loud Geek.